Oh man, I can't even check this out. Welcome, y'all. Come on in.
Peace, y'all.
Whether you here to eat the food or whether you here to steal some garments, come on in. Everybody got their reason for coming. Everybody got their reason from coming. So if you want to steal some game, come on too. So man, so much to be talked about, so much to be understood. And when I say so much, it's like once you understand what you need to know, the so much comes to you naturally. It's like, even when it comes to anything in life, like if you trying to learn something, you can't learn something in one day. It's impossible. So. But, eat the small things, y'all. Eat the small things. And then you can understand big things. As some would say, take baby steps. Somebody say again with the same title. Well, when you deal with this title, man, the title is way bigger than what you just see. So although you see the title, it's way bigger than the title. And that's why we was letting everybody know, through all this, our foundation is fulfilling the prophecy of God. Fulfilling the Bible prophecy. So everything we do is connected to that. It's rooted to that. The foundation is there. So you might see the title and just, it's bigger than the title. So yeah, it's the same old title, but this is it's the same old prophecy. It's same old God. You want to get into that.
Same message.
But like I say, man, you really gotta look beyond the title, deal with the title. Let's talk about the title. But at the same time, it's bigger than that, y'all. It's bigger than that. But that's probably a hater comment anyway. That's a hater comment. But y'all come on in, share a live before they kick us off the For You page.
If you think we lack receipts, feel free to come up.
No, anybody say we lack receipts, man. This is a receipt right here. That's crazy.
Prove your case.
Like I said, we just don't understand how far East Africa, and the United States go back. We don't that don't come to mind, y'all. We don't understand that, And because we don't understand that, a lot of ties, there's a lot of things that's happening in East Africa, for instance, the African Union. We come from West Africa. But imagine we came from East Africa. We'll be want to talk to the African Union right now. These things we'll be want to address. These things we'll be calling. These things we'll be doing. Don't you know every black movement in America before the Nation of Islam was connected to Ethiopia? Every black movement in the United States of America was connected to East Africa before the Nation of Islam. Look it up. Look it up. Every movement, look it up. Every movement Ethiopia was the only place in Africa. I just don't want it, but when it dealt to the major movements, everything was. Matter of fact, when they say it was the right books, they was to put Ethiopia to show Black pride in Harlem,
independence, freedom.
But see, this is the early 1900s. So because we don't know about Ethiopia, we can't fix the problems. Why you think they want you to say you come from West Africa? And see, these things still are connected to God prophecy. Like once the Jews get in their land, the world gonna be healed. These are worldwide sayings. But the Jews went back to their land and the world in chaos. The world is in chaos, man. And Israel's name always come up. So when you deal with East Africa and the stuff we bringing, y'all, like I say, man, it's way, like I say, you can look at the title, you know, you can really get blinded by the title, but we just try to help you understand why we here. And why we here is to fulfill God's prophecy. And all this is connected. All this is connected. It's just that simple. You see that up there. It says, if you really read I know y'all can't see the fine print, but it don't say nothing about Menelik. But in this thing, it talk about the Judah. Shit, this is a Bible. This is the Bible scripture. Y'all, it's a Bible scripture. You know, this is somebody writing about what he saw. He saw a king from the Lion of the tribe of Judah. He saw it, or they seen it. You know, so like I said, just a lot of people again are so narrow-minded, so small-minded. When they see something, they just immediately, you know, have something to say about it. You know, you got two ears and you got one mouth, like they say. 2 ears and 1 mouth. There's a reason for that. We got to get you, so let's get into it. Peace. What's going on? You must not meant to come in. So y'all see this title behind us. You know, it say Ethiopia is colonized. Now you must understand this article. This is coming from America. This is a new Washington Times paper about a black king. I want to say it's New York Times, but you keep saying it's Washington Times, huh? No, it's Washington Times. Washington Times wrote about a black king in Africa in the 1900s. We've been in slavery and we ain't never left slavery. Washington Times writes about a black king in the 1900s. Never been a slave. You know, yeah, Washington Times magazine. Owned slaves, owned land. Had authority over the land. You know, had authority to write treaties. Why was the Washington Times writing about a black king in Africa? Do they write about black kings in Africa right now?
Really?
So in the 1900s, and see, this is the early 1900s. This is before most of y'all can trace y'all history. Most of y'all say, man, who was your great grandma in 1903? Most of us would be like, and that's the only thing we might know. You go to the 1800s, oh, it get real slim. Boy, it gets slimmer and slimmer and slimmer. But when you deal with slavery, you're dealing with the 18 and 1900s. For instance, my daddy was adopted. come from Mississippi, was adopted. You know, so, but we don't get into all that. But the New York Times was writing about an African king in the 1900s, right? And not just any African king, an African king that's connected to the tribe of Judah. What more is there to say? Like, what more is there to say? You know, I say what they say, drop the mic. Mic drop. Mic drop. What more is there to say, y'all? A black king in the 1900s connected to the only country that got his name on the Bible. It's just what? The only country that got their names on the Bible is Ethiopia. So you got a black man from the same place connected to the tribe of Judah, and the Washington Times is writing about him. And we still got something to say. We still have something to say? Like, what is there to say? The Solomonic dynasty. And matter of fact, I don't know how many African kings dealt with lions. So who was Lion King about? Who was Lion King? Now see, Lion King was dealing with a brotherhood fight. If you know anything about Ethiopian history, it was always been a brotherhood fight. It's always been a brotherhood fight. But who is the Lion King? I don't know. Y'all tell me. And you know the baddest lion come from East Africa. He got the black mane.
And his son had to take the throne now.
Yeah.
His son had to take the throne. Yeah.
It's talking about how they fight, and then later somebody gonna come from them to take the throne. Bible prophecy. So we don't have this up here to tell you this is prophecy. We have this up here to help you understand prophecy. Because many people lack understanding when it comes to God prophecy, because God prophecy is not being revealed. In the New Testament, it says the word of God is spoken in a mystery. What's the mystery? It's what the Lamb is doing. Because you're not going to see the Lamb do it until what? The Lamb do it. You can read it all day. Hey, man, I read he going to walk on water. Man, I read he going to heal the blind. Man, I read he going to wake the dead. Man, I read all these things, but until you see it, it's different. Read the script of a movie, but then watch it. It's almost like reading a book, but then watching a movie. You know, so at this time, what's being said is based off what's being done.
Hey guys, John.
But we got a guest, y'all. So we're gonna welcome the guest. What's going on? Peace.
So what is your point? What kind of point you try to make?
That the biblical people come from Ethiopia, not Israel.
Yes.
Okay, and the biblical people, according to the Bible, are scattered all over the world. Mm-hmm. So I'm connecting the diaspora back to East Africa as it first started in America. You know, when you deal with African Americans, they forcefully force us that we come from West Africa for a reason, because they don't want us to connect back to our original roots.
Well, all Africans came from one root, so it's not only west or south or north.
Traditions, all Africans don't come from the same tradition.
If you look me, I look like you, but I'm Ethiopian. Where you from?
Exactly.
I'm from Ethiopia.
Mm-hmm. How about her?
We're from Ethiopia, but we were scattered. We weren't born in Ethiopia. We were taken from Ethiopia. Mm-hmm. So our birthplace is in Ethiopia. But our ancestry birthplace is Ethiopian.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay. Well, like I said, a lot of people don't know this. A lot of people don't know about the tribe of Judah and where they come from. Right now, the whole world believe the Jews are in Israel. The whole world believe the Holy Land is Jerusalem. So, like, we have a lot of points of why we have this up here, because this is a newspaper article that America wrote about Menelik in the 1900s. Now, most of us in America think we've been slaves for 400 years. You know, but right now they got a black king that never been a slave. So that's a myth. So it's a lot of stuff, man, that this article revealed. It just something to awaken the minds of the people to understand God prophecy is happening before our eyes.
I appreciate you guys.
All right, man. Appreciate you coming up.
Guys, take care.
Peace, peace.
Who's Professor? You see that?
Hello. How's it going? How y'all doing?
Peace.
Peace and blessings to y'all.
What's going on?
I'm Ethiopian, brother, man. I just wanted to know, like, what's going on here. It says Ethiopia is colonized, right? That's what your is that what your topic is today?
Correct. You know, and I'm gonna start saying it in this way.
Yes. Brother.
If people have to understand, Ethiopia is majority of the place that the Bible is talking about, because it's talking about the kings, the princes. You even got the era of the princes. You have a book that's connected to the Bible.
Yes, sir.
That talks about the era of princes. So in the Bible, it tell you this land was going to be trampled over by its enemies.
Okay.
And then in the last days, God is going to restore it. Yes. So even if you look at it from a biblical way, you understand Ethiopia land has been overtaken.
By who, brother?
You see what I'm saying? Like it's facts. Like when you deal with the Italians, when you deal with Great Britain, when you deal with the king going to Great Britain,
you have to know, brother, colonization and colonization and just obtaining. Okay, for example, I come in your home and I take over it for 10 minutes, or if I kept it for 500 years, there's a difference, right?
10 minutes.
Hold on, bro. When your influence is coming from another nation, this is what makes you colonized. It's not about someone standing over you.
What?
See, okay, like right now, when you deal with Black Americans, ain't nobody standing over us. Ain't nobody got no whip. Ain't nobody standing over us, controlling us like that. But listen, brother.
Yes, brother.
The people, I'm gonna just tell you like this: the people who put the people in place to lock up Haile Selassie.
Yeah,
that was
hold on.
What I'm trying to listen to take in what I'm telling you.
Do you know the history?
Do you know the history? The United States of America is the reason why the coup overthrew Haile Selassie. This is fact. You go look. Matter of fact, the man that became in charge after Haile Selassie, he went to school in D.C.
Yeah, and you know who put him through school?
So,
do you know who put him through school? Who put him through school? Who paid for his school? Who put him through school?
It's not about being
brother. I just want to ask you this.
Yeah.
Is America, Ethiopia friends?
America and Ethiopia?
Is the United States?
No.
Hold up. I just want a yes or no. I'm asking you a few questions.
Listen, friends with benefits. Friends with benefit. Right now, I could use you and call you a friend, but I'm using you. You get it? That's the difference. Friends with benefit. I use you, you use me. That's how it happens.
Okay, so this is how colonization also starts, is through religion. So Yaju was talking about how the book is connected to the kings of Ethiopia, but the Ethiopians don't even connect their kings to biblical prophecy.
Excuse me, ma'am. I ain't come from the Solomonic dynasty. I come from King Solomon himself, and Queen Sheba. So I don't know what you're talking about. I am a direct lineage. I am the direct lineage of.
Okay, now what? Now what?
Okay, so like I don't get what you guys are trying to put out here, brother man. Because
But
it's not
Ethiopians don't believe that, brother.
what.
Ethiopians, if I ask the
That's what I'm
Ethiopian right
fighting
now,
for. That's
if
what
I
my people are
listen,
fighting
listen,
for.
if I ask the Ethiopian right now, is Ethiopia the biblical people? They gonna say no. They gonna say Israel. It's just that simple, brother. It's not. It's not. It's not all. You know. And I think you're really just saying that.
Ethiopians have been tricked to go to Israel. They have been politically kidnapped to go to Israel by the Americans, by the British Empire. This is what they think is the Holy Land, is the Israel that they created in 1948.
Sister, I am from the kingdom. I am from the kingdom in Israel. I am from Jerusalem. King
You see what I'm
Solomon's
saying?
throne. King
So
David. From
you're
King
from
David. I am from
Jerusalem.
King David. That's from
Are
King
you
David.
from? But are you from Jerusalem in the Middle East?
Listen, in
All right, brother man. Thank you for coming.
modern day.
Hey, brother man. Hey, brother man. We appreciate you
Hi,
coming up,
you
brother.
guys
Thank you.
are only have fun with your 20 people, man. Bye.
Who was up here to play?
Yes, how you guys doing? How you guys doing, brother and sister? How you guys doing?
All
Peace,
right, peace,
peace.
peace. What's going on?
Peace, 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 peace. I want you too. Why are you guys? I want to ask you, saying Ethiopia is colonized. You know for the fact that Ethiopia was never colonized.
You kind of sound low, like you're covering your mic.
Oh, okay. Let me fix. Can you give me 1 second?
Yeah. No, no. I'm just gonna start strictly. We strictly gonna do the Bible because,
They're not
like,
understanding the.
if the Washington Times is connecting Menelik to the tribe of
Yes,
Judah.
yes, I am back. I am back, brother. I am back.
That's good.
All right, peace, peace. So this is what we're saying. And I'm gonna use the Bible when I say this. This news article that come from the Washington Times is connecting Menelik to the tribe of Judah. So the Bible is connected to the Ethiopian monarch. That's right now don't exist. But Bible prophecy is to restore that monarch. That's what the Bible prophecy is all about. You talk to Ethiopians, they know nothing about this. And this is due to the colonization.
So I think what you confuse, what you mistake, not confuse, what you mistaken is like influence and colonization. You know, like the influence, and colonization are two different things, right? They are two
No.
completely different things. So like countries influence each other, right? So for example, if African country, for example, African culture has some influence on the Arabs or the Europeans or the Americans, that doesn't mean Africans colonized them. It
But
goes the
brother, we're
same.
not. Oh, it's okay.
Yeah. So like what I'm saying is like you're talking about like influence. You mistaken influence and colonization. Countries influence each other. We live in the same globe, in the same like world. So we have some sort, one way or the other, like we will have some sort of like external influence in
Hey,
one way or
brother.
the other, right?
Go ahead. What you gonna tell me?
Go ahead.
But what about the? It's not influence. Like if someone invents something and you want to trade with that somebody that's from another nation, and do it that way. We're not talking about influence that way. We're talking about literally stealing a monarch that was originated in Ethiopia. They are mimicking what you don't have anymore because their whole plan was for you not to have the monarch.
Oh, okay. So like the Ethiopian monarchy is like Solomonic dynasty, that's in the past. We have now we are in a modern society, secular modern society. So we are not like
Hold on.
biblical. We're not biblical states. We are
Hold on,
secular.
bro. So you telling me Solomon and God wisdom is not, it can't survive in a new age?
Now in this modern society, we are a secular nation.
Okay, well look. What if I read a Bible verse where it says David's throne is forever? See what I'm saying? Like this is stuff that's in the Bible that nobody want to talk about, but it's right there. It says David will reign forever. But the Bible prophecy is about David throne being tore down. And then the prophecy is about it being rebuilt. That's why the Bible say God gonna restore. It's gonna be a restoration. The Jews are scattered all over the world. God gonna gather them. So these are the simple things we don't talk about to really bring clarity. Because in the modern world, that's when Christ shows up. But again, Ethiopians have been colonized, because colonizer is not somebody standing over you. Colonization is a part of influence. Colonization is influence and changing your traditions and then raising you up so you don't even understand them. Like most Ethiopians don't really know their history.
Have you ever been to Ethiopia, brother? Have you ever been to Ethiopia? Have you ever been to Ethiopia?
No, I've never been to Ethiopia.
Then how do you know if they know or not?
This is what the anointing of God is. This is what when Solomon got wisdom, he didn't have to go to a land to get it. He got it from God. So right now, see, this is why I'm connecting this to prophecy. This is the prophecy, huh?
Okay, brother, I invite you to come to Ethiopia to see and learn, you know. So I invite you, brother. Instead of talking about what you see online, and like we are not religious country right now, we are secular nation. What you're talking about is like a Bible and past history, right? We're no longer a monarchy. We are in a secular modern state.
Well, brother, I know, but that's what the Bible says, because the house of David is in captivity. Now God has raised one up to restore. That's why the scripture says God is going to restore David fallen tents. So again, the Bible prophecy is about restoring the throne of David. So it don't matter what government on the earth. God is above all governments. So that's what the whole Bible prophecy is about. And see, that's what I'm saying. So nobody understands this because of colonization. And see, this is how the whole world was colonized. Why did they change the color of Jesus?
I have a question for
when
you.
you deal with colonization, you're dealing with religion.
One last
Once
question,
they taught
brother.
you about Jesus that existed 2,000 years ago, whether he's black or white, you have accepted the colonizer's mind frame.
I have one question for you, brother. The question I have is, do you think the UK is colonized because they no longer use like religion as a state? They no longer use the old tradition.
The whole world is colonized, brother.
Do you think
world.
UK? Do you think UK is under colonization right now?
Well,
the UK or France?
I wouldn't say. Well, yeah, you could say that in a way, but
who colonized them? Who colonized them?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I say the only reason I would say they colonized, because they also believe in a Jesus that ain't real. So the people are colonized, but not the you know who not colonized? The people that run the UK. They ain't colonized. Now you talk about the people, but you dealing with the government of the UK? Hell no, they not colonized.
But they don't believe religion though. They don't believe religion. They don't believe like.
That's why I say, because they the ones made it up. They don't have to believe in it. They made it up so they can be in the position they in. They're like, this is what we trying to get people to see. This is why they created right now. The reason why you have the Pope now, in real truth, Peter don't exist. Now the reason why you have a Pope, because Pope say he got his anointment from Peter. But if he can say that and nobody gonna contest it, then what? He got his anointment from Peter. And the whole world have accepted that. But see, the truth is here now, and those things are no longer going to be accepted. And see, this is how God judges the world. You know, like I say, when you deal with Bible scriptures, man, I know that this could be going a little fast, but when you deal with Bible scriptures, it says God is going to plead with us face to face. So,
but I think you're
I just want to say this. I'm going to give you the mic back. When Moses went to Pharaoh, the sky didn't crack. People didn't come out the ground. A man went to Pharaoh. So this is how God operates. But everybody have accepted the colonized information. And this is what we saying. Right now, Great Britain got a monarch. They got a king of kings. Really, he's Christ. In front of the whole world, King Charles announced on national TV he was the Christ. They anointed him as Christ. Nobody said nothing. Because why? We colonized. We ain't anointing nobody as Christ. So when I talk about colonization, man, this is what we're really talking about. And this has affected the whole world. And if you don't understand these simple things about Bible prophecy and how it's connected to Ethiopia, then that's why they colonize.
Okay, I think your title, I understand where you're coming from, and you're talking about like history, biblical history, right? And those kind of old history. But now, just to simply say Ethiopia is colonized with your title is kind of misleading with the modern, with the modern perspective of state nation in a modern society. So like if you what you're talking about is mostly like biblical, and religion, and in the past history, it has nothing to do with the modern state.
What you saying? Underline the first part. How the Europeans gonna be vultures? Yeah, I want the first page. I want you to read something about the New York Times. It's the first page.
Is this one or is that one?
No, the one you sent me.
No, I'm looking.
You sent me a message.
I don't have it saved like that, like yours.
Oh well, don't worry about it.
It's one of these.
We ain't gonna go all the way. So I wanted to show you a picture of how people don't understand. When Menelik passed away, you didn't have nobody on the throne really. You had a 10-year-old boy that was supposed to get the throne, and even when somebody got on the throne, he didn't even get crowned because of his beliefs and what he wanted to do. So he didn't receive the crown. Then you had a war break out. You had Zatu's husband go to war with Haile Selassie, which was at that time the prime minister, or you could say the man that dealt with the foreign affairs. Key word, Haile Selassie dealt with foreign affairs, right? Now, Great Britain wasn't Ethiopia's friend. Italy, the Italians wasn't Ethiopian friend. Germany, I can't say too much bad about Germany. Russia, I can't say too much bad about.
Germany, no, either.
But I know I can speak for Great Britain and Italia. Now when you deal with these two nations, right? They came back after Menelik passed away, which is what this whole article is about. When Menelik passed away, the European nations are going to scramble for his wealth, right? The European nations are going to scramble for his wealth. The article say they were sitting in trees like vultures. Can you see that?
That's the first part.
Yeah. It says the European nations was in trees like vultures waiting for Menelik to pass. So when I ask the Ethiopian, what makes Ethiopian special? And I would love to get an answer from you, brother, man, because, and by the way, we are coming to Ethiopia. Trust me, we will be there soon. But I would love to know your answer to tell me what makes Ethiopia special.
Okay, so many things. One of them is Ethiopia has never been. Ethiopia has never been colonized. Ethiopia is the cradle of humankind. Like you can count to like Ethiopia is like the birth of civilization, right? So on and so on and so. You can continue forever. Like so many things that make Ethiopia so unique.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you this then. Well, I'm gonna ask you this then. I'll probably make you give me the answer that I'm looking for.
Okay.
Is it the monarch that makes Ethiopia great?
In the past, yes. In the past, that's part of the Ethiopian history, right? Yes.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. That's the history. The future.
That
it can't be the future because ain't nothing been done.
I mentioned that.
So really, when you talk about in a nation, you are talking about the past. You're not talking about the future. So this is what I try to tell people. If the monarch made Ethiopia great, but Ethiopia don't want the monarch to come back, because right now the Chinese is buying up Ethiopia. Italia is really in control of the government. Let's for one thing, they got the port. So if whoever control what come in, they control your land. You see what I'm saying? So if you don't control what go in and out your own country, you don't control it in no way, shape, or form. Because whenever somebody want to starve you, they can just starve you. So you gotta do what I say.
Question, brother. I have one question. Last question. Do you support Ethiopia getting access to the sea?
Yes, man. I support Ethiopia like no other.
Okay,
So I'm
so
all for the good things Ethiopia is doing, man. I'm just here to bring awareness about God's
yeah,
prophecy,
I know you support Ethiopia, but do you support Ethiopia getting Red Sea back?
Yes.
Okay,
I
thank you so
support
much.
the dam. I support all those things. Like I'm all for that. But the truth still have to be told, and the prophecy have to be fulfilled. So that's what I'm here for. So, like I say, when you deal with the truth is not gonna take a side. So this is so when I be up here saying this, brother, it's never to bash something or talk down on it. I'm here to fix the problems. But if you don't know what the problem is, you can't fix it. That's like if your car break down right now, if you don't know what the problem is, it's gonna stay broke. You gotta find the problem, then fix it. So I'm a person, and with a group of people who have found and understand the problem, and we are just bringing awareness to fix it. Whether people think it's not or people think it is, it's still got to get fixed. And it's a lot of issues in Ethiopia right now. You see what I'm saying? You can't sit back as an Ethiopian because we got people in Ethiopia. It's hell right now. It's hell in Africa. So we know we got problems. You see what I'm saying? So whether Ethiopia is colonized or not, we here to fix the problems at the end of the day.
I invite you to come to Ethiopia. We will give citizenship to all black people in the diaspora if they want to.
Well, brother, man, hey, if you got those connections, man, I'm gonna follow you and I'm gonna send you a message and we can talk.
I don't have any connection. I don't have any connection, but I'm just a regular citizen.
Okay.
Just saying, like, come visit Ethiopia. It's beautiful, interacting with the people.
We coming to stay. We not just brother. Like I said, I have a movement, brother, to bring a lot of people back to Ethiopia, to just to Africa, period. Just to help restore Africa, just to help rebuild Africa. Man, like that's what Africa is missing. Africa is missing the diaspora to bring that energy back, to bring that economic system back.
Are you from the U.S.? Are you from the U.S. or Canada?
U.S.
Oh, U.S. You're African American?
Yeah.
Okay. I think you definitely need to visit Ethiopia. It's one of the top tourist destinations nowadays. Like Egypt, Ethiopia, they kind of like have a lot of history, Asian history, right? So I recommend you to visit there if you get time.
Will do, brother. Will do, man. I will do very soon.
And other places in the East Africa is also cool. East Africa is where the humankind is from, right?
Oh, I know. Well, that's where all the beautiful animals from. That's where the chimpanzee from. It's where the lion from. It's where the elephant from. Shit, that's where a lot of things. That's where a lot of things are from, man. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like we have to connect the African diaspora and Africa. So that is, I think, definitely
right on, brother. Right on, man.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak on your platform.
No problem, man. I appreciate you coming up, brother.
Peace,
Yeah,
peace.
have a great day.
All right, peace. That's smooth brother right there. That's smooth brother right there. Y'all. At the end of the day, man. That, like I said, I don't want people to get lost in the title. This is fulfilling prophecy. I'm telling you, like.
Did you want to read that thing?
Oh yeah, let me read this, y'all. Can you? Do I have it on mine too? Let me pull this up right quick, y'all. Let me pull this up right quick, y'all. Is it this one?
That's the first one.
So what I have up here is a part of the newspaper, right?
So it says, from out of the east come the tidings that lion conqueror of the tribe of Judah, Menelik, chosen of God, King of kings of Ethiopia, as his styles himself, lies seriously ill.
Stop. That was the first highlighted part. Now just stop. Just pause. Hit a big old pause. It said chosen of. That's a Bible scripture. You thought that's a Bible scripture. That's a revelation. That's somebody seeing somebody and saying where they from, and he a black man, and the New York Times is writing about him and connecting him to the tribe of Judah. Like I say, just drop the mic, cut the live off. What more do you want us to tell you after this? What more do you want us to tell you? A black man being connected to the tribe of Judah in the 1900s. Not the 16, not the 14, not 2,000 years ago, not when Moses existed, in the 1900s.
He said, what Bible verse?
The Washington Times. Everybody love the King James. This the Washington Times. What book would we call it? Yeah, Washington Times, chapter 1, verse 1. From out of the east comes the tidings that the lion, the conqueror of the tribe of Judah, Menelik, chosen of God. What? In the New York Times? In the New York Times, y'all. But check this part out. Check this part out. The next part, it says...
like vultures peering from the treetops, the nation of Europe.
Hold up. Like vultures, the nations of Europe. That was a joke, by the way. Like vultures, the nations of Europe are watching Menelik like a vulture. This in the Washington Times. That means they posted it. They wrote it. No. You think the New York? No, this is the I say New York. This is the Washington Times. That's a joke, man, but it's
a joke.
There's
definitely Bible scriptures talking about King of Kings, Lion of the tribe of Judah. Like, this is in Revelations.
Yeah, like they don't know. You start over.
Like vultures peering from the treetops, the nations of Europe are regarding this sick lion. But that is not all. Should Menelik unalive, which is not at all unlikely, according to the dispatches from Addis Ababa, the capital of Abyssinia, to Rome, grave disturbances are promised in the struggle for secession. Meanwhile, anxiety is being felt for the safety of the European representatives of Addis Ababa, in case an outbreak should immediately follow the chosen one's death.
The chosen one's
unalive.
Death. Like I say, y'all, to me, man, if all these people, you gotta think about. Well, like I say, y'all, when you deal with the movements that was in America, and when you really put them all together, every black movement in America was connected to Ethiopia, East Africa. From Marcus Garvey on down. From the day they sent Marcus Garvey on, and the day they created the Nation of Islam, they stopped us from looking to Africa. Most Pan-Africans are Muslim. Most Pan-Africans are not Christian. You ever heard of a Christian Pan-African? Hell no, you ain't gonna find one. You ever heard of a Muslim Pan-African? Yeah. But why you think they don't talk about East Africa? When the one that started Pan-African was going back to Ethiopia. So we gonna get back to the guest, y'all. But hey. I'm just who's talking. Greetings, peace.
Hello,
Peace.
how you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm from Ethiopia.
All right.
You guys talking about Ethiopia history, and you guys saying like Menelik is his name is written in the Bible. That's totally really wrong. I'm from Ethiopia, I'm telling you seriously. And that's the King of Kings, Judah, Lion of Judah is Jesus Christ. You guys don't be a mistake.
So, do David have a seed?
Pardon, please.
Do David have a seed?
Yeah.
Do David have a lineage?
Yes, exactly.
Is it one person or is it many people?
It's talking about Jesus Christ, man. It's not talking about
No,
Menelik.
that's a question, brother. Is it many people or is it one?
Let me explain it this way.
No.
You guys 100% mistake. I don't know why you guys killing your time with this.
Brother, you gotta hear us out.
We can move on, brother. Thank you for coming up.
Do you know Jesus? Who is he?
Hey, brother, thank you for coming up.
But do you know
don't want to
about
waste
Jesus?
your time. We don't want to waste your questions. We don't waste our time with you either.
You gotta hear us out,
You want to teach but don't want to answer questions.
That's how you're gonna understand where we're coming from.
I see. That's the best teacher. Teach us to answer the question. It's like going to school. Somebody teach you every day. You like, I got a question. Nah, be quiet. Let me teach you. You can't learn like that.
Peace.
Peace.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Greetings. What's going on?
Long time no see.
Mm-hmm. We get a lot of people, so yeah.
Yeah, you're still hanging, you still try to teach those people, Ethiopian people, what's going on. They
You gotta be preached to the four corners, man.
I have a question for you guys. You guys is from America. Why they call you Black American? African American?
Because get back to your roots was very important for so-called African Americans, for the African diaspora.
No.
So they always gave us a byword.
Now the name they give it to you, African American, is to colonize your mind, your brain. But you guys came the same times on this land. So if you guys came on this land at the same times, they call themselves something else. They call you African American because they try to control or colonize you and your mind. That's what they're doing right now also in Ethiopia. All different countries, they tearing up the part Ethiopia. For longest time, Ethiopian people, they was unity, one people. They used to live together. Now they killing each other. They killing Christian, Muslim. Everybody's killing each other. They're not doing it. The people from outside they're doing it because they colonize them mindly. So mind is absent, body is present. Ethiopian people is the body. They say, oh no, we never colonized. But they colonize them 100% and they make them kill each other. They not listen to each other.
Hey, you gotta say unalive. You can't say KILL.
Okay.
They're banned alive.
So sorry. So
Yeah.
I mean that's the truth. I mean the world knows. They see it. They seen it. It's not just that. The world is divided by religion, skin color. Those two things. Muslim, Christian, skin colors.
Yeah.
Most of the time, people they colonize by your skin colors. They're not better than you. They have hand, eye, exactly the same thing. They have the same brain, but they colonize you. They put you, oh, this. I don't take that kind of things. I live in the United States for 35 years, but
Oh,
I'm a step up ahead with everything. I know where I came from. I know who I am. I don't care. If other Ethiopians, they want to live like that, take somebody else's garbage, they choice to, that's them choice. My choice, I'm a free man. From the beginning, I believe in the beginning. In the beginning, God promised me what I came from. He promised me. One day I'm going to return. I might die, but my spirit is going to return. Free. I
that's
am
what's up,
free.
brother. That's what's up, man.
I never colonized.
That's
Mindly,
what's up, bro.
bodily,
I definitely
bodily, or spiritually.
I definitely hear it in your speech, man. You know, because I see you got an open mind to receive and understand what colonization really is. And if you don't understand that simple thing, that if somebody has made you think a certain way, no matter
If
what
you,
has happened, you are a
if you,
colonizer.
yeah, if you don't believe in your mind, if you don't believe in your mind clearly, where you come from, what's going on, no matter what, you are colonized 100%. People like me, if you ask me, physically, mentally, I never colonized. No, that country never colonized. I can say that 100% because my belief is inside, because I know the history. I know what's going on. But for the other of the world in Ethiopia, for my people I'm speaking, for my own people, mindly, they've been colonized by different kind of countries, not just by skin color. If they wasn't colonized, they will stop fighting each other. They should be united once. Return the country's history like the beginning. Yes, we are one people.
You know, but
We,
the thing we are truly trying to reveal, that the Bible prophecy is connected to the Ethiopian monarch. That the Bible prophecy states it will be restored. But it will be restored in God's righteousness, because the Bible talk about how the kings didn't do righteous when they got on the throne. So the Bible talks about King David's throne being corrupted. But in the last days, the Bible is referring to this throne being restored. You know, and see, this is why when you deal with African American movements in the early 1900s, all African Americans were trying to come back to Ethiopia. So it's a reason for that. It's a reason for them coming over here in the early 1800s and creating a Abyssinia church. You know,
New
so
York City.
yeah, New York City. You know, so like Ethiopia and United States go way back.
But do you know? Do you know why they say they create that church and they want worship in there?
Well, yeah, because of discrimination.
The colonization, they start doing that kind of
Yeah,
stuff. But
yeah.
Ethiopian people that time, what did they say? Because they knows what they thinking. They knows what they doing. They say, no,
Yes, we're
we
gonna make
are,
our own.
we are our own with everything.
Yeah. You know,
Even the
so
calendar. Even the calendar, the Bible is original Bible is sitting in Ethiopia. Original Bible. That is,
Oh yeah,
I
that's
mean,
why.
you can compare around the world all different kind of Bibles. There is nothing.
Yeah.
So they got up and they start their own church to be example for Black Americans. Some of them they follow, some of them they didn't follow, but they still being, what should I say, slave. Until now, until this time, the king, what he say? He said, I have a dream. I have a dream. Do you think there's no black person's dreaming since he passed away? Or they still the same, living in the past century?
Yeah.
They live the same way. The only thing is you have is freedom to speech. Also,
Yeah.
that's not freedom to speech. You can talk, but you can't do anything about it. You
Oh
can't.
no.
I mean, they make the law, they break the law. You end up in prison.
Well, that's why I say, man, all this is God prophecy, and it's way above a lot of people here right now. But this article still connects Menelik to the tribe of Judah. According to this article, he's the elect of God in the tribe of Judah. Now, when I show people this, I just try to show them the people that God elected, they didn't do good. That's what the whole Bible is for. Like that. That's the whole curse. That's the whole, our ancestors didn't listen to God. Our ancestors didn't follow God. So it's going to be a generation of Emmanuel who God is with. And that's why there's so much information out right now. Because that true spirit of God that don't come from religion, but that actually come from God because it's God appointed time, that spirit is in the earth. And certain things are going on, but only the babes can see and hear. Because it's just like the Bible says, you got to come to God as a child. So right now it's a bunch of babies who actually hearing and seeing what God is doing. And that's why the gospel is going to spread to the four corners of the earth. And then the throne of David that was in Ethiopia will be restored in Ethiopia to unify Africa and to heal the nations.
It's going to be tough because a religion, and that's this time, especially right now,
Well,
original Christian, they have tough time in Ethiopia right now. If you look at it, they have a really tough time because from all over the world, they've been attacking for a long time. They succeed. They are right now they're being killed. I mean, they have really tough time.
oh yeah,
So
I definitely, we definitely know about it. That's why I say this is really not religion. This is gonna be truth. This is gonna be something, that's gonna be done through the power of God. So I definitely understand where you're coming from. Just looking at it as somebody that got to go over there and try to raise something up like that. But this is gonna be done by the power of God. So everybody, that's why I say the spirit is out to give people that understanding, to give people that eyesight.
One
to
thing
truly
in your
understand why
article
this
I
is
see
happening.
in the top.
Huh?
Sorry to cut you off. One thing I see in the top of your article, Ethiopia is colonized. That thing will never get in Ethiopian people brain. Never. But
But brother,
because
I can't say that now. People have
I
already converted. Now
I
we
know,
was
but no, what I'm saying, I'm not talking about the one is out of Ethiopia or they read and they understand. If you go way in the countryside, if you ask them that, they're going to tell you, what does that mean? No, because there is a lot of historical places in Ethiopia. People, especially in the countryside, they know what's going on. Even they have all kind of instrument in them house until now. they hold down the history.
Okay.
But like you say, you know, if you look at it outside, just like me, I look at it outside. What's going on? Yes, mindly, we are colonized right now. Bodily, no, we never colonized. Spiritually, we are colonized right now because we don't have peace in that land.
Oh yeah.
We used to have
Hey,
peace. You used to go, all Ethiopian people, they used to travel all the state, all the state. Now you can't go from one state to another state because of the outsiders. They do these things to our people.
oh,
If
yeah.
they leave us alone, we can get along and restore our country. That's my
Okay,
belief.
brother, man. Well, I definitely feel where you're coming from, bro. And like I say, you're right. You're right. You definitely right in the way. But it's a lot of inner stuff that's happening under the table. This is the age of information. Like 50 years ago, even about 20 years ago, you couldn't get this much information like you can right now. And especially if you know how to look at things the right way and truly understand what went on and why it went on, and really retrace the steps of how everything took in place. Like I said, we read this article. It said the European nations was waiting like vultures for what Menelik had. Now, this is what people don't understand. And I know African Americans, shit, most white folks don't know this. World War One was about who was going to control Ethiopia. That's why World War One happened when? In 1914. Menelik passed in December of 1913. And then World War kicked off because the European nations were scrambling for what was in East Africa. And this is why, like I said, well, I ain't gonna get into all the detail. Like I said, we do
I
got other guests
understand.
who want to
I
come up.
understand. I
But
understand
but
what you're trying to
man,
say.
So right now, man, like I say, it's really about awareness that God prophecy is being fulfilled. That's what all this is for at the end of the day. It's not really to bash Ethiopia. It's really to bring awareness about what's happening in the name of God.
I mean, it's everywhere. It's the United States. Look at it now. Right now, there is no peace.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, no peace, nowhere in the world. Correct.
No.
Yeah, correct, man. Correct. No peace, and it's a reason for that. It's
Yeah, God
definitely a
help
reason.
us. God help us. That's all.
Yeah. All right, brother. I appreciate
See
you
ya.
coming up, brother.
Yep. See ya.
All right. Peace. Huh? That tea, you got some more tea? Level 2. So y'all, like I say, man, we really the part that need to be understood the most, man. This is connected to God prophecy. Like, to not know, or to be tricked, really. To go with the to go with the Israel myth, to be tricked and fall that, and to take stuff like this away. This is a newspaper from the United States saying Menelik is from the tribe of Judah.
Hey, how you doing, man?
All right, what's going on? Peace.
Peace. How you doing?
Good, I'm good.
Good. I just come up here. I just want to ask you a question. Do you believe there is a genocide is going on in Ethiopia right now, right?
Yeah.
So why don't you just be a voice for voiceless instead of talking about, Ethiopia was colonized or is colonized? Can you do that? I mean, what's the point talking about colonization? It's just active genocide is going on right now. So
Well,
can
you
you
know
guys?
why genocide is going on? Because they don't know they colonized.
Yeah, but which one is first? If you really think about it, for African or Ethiopian, why don't you just be a voice for voiceless?
Brother, I am a voice for Ethiopia. This is one title. I don't talk about this all day.
And we've talked about the
We talk about
genocide.
plenty of things. I have a petition right now to return all the stuff that was taken in Magdala. So right now, brother, I am doing something for Ethiopia. So don't take the title as if I'm just trying to downplay something. Like I have a certain way I move. So this
Yeah.
is just one of the ways that I move.
What I'm seeing, I have never seen you guys. You guys have been like all the times when I come up on this TikTok, I see Ethiopia colonized. Ethiopia is colonized.
Well, brother,
Yes,
you
of
hold up,
course.
you just told a lie at the same time. You say you never seen us, and then you say every time you come up, you see Ethiopia's colonized.
Yeah, but I mean, what's the point? What's you guys' point?
Don't worry about it, brother. You're not paying attention hard enough.
I mean, I'm just saying it's better to be voice for
Brother, we
voiceless.
don't.
That's what.
I know, but we don't come up here for advice. So if you want to have a conversation about the title, or you want to, try to debunk something we bring in, but other than that, you can keep your advice to yourself.
All right. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
I just be honest, y'all. We didn't start a live to say, hey, give us advice. Like that's
How's it
how.
going?
What's going on?
Peace.
Peace.
Not much, man. I've been seeing this like you guys saying Ethiopian is being colonized.
Well, yes, brother. And that's why we always try to. Lately, I've been trying to bring the Bible into this because Ethiopia, the Bible is connected to Ethiopia monarch.
I know that.
Now it says in the Bible that this land was going to be trampled over. It says your enemies was going to rule it, and you was going to be scattered to the four corners of the earth.
Yeah,
But in the last
the
days,
thing,
God is going to gather these people. That's why when you read the Bible in the book of James, it says to the scattered people. It
the
didn't say
one
the
thing
people
I'm
that was
telling
in
you about,
their home
we're
land.
never being colonized. You guys talking about
Well, bro, that's what I'm
not.
saying. You're not even listening to what I'm saying. You didn't even
No.
respond to
I've
nothing
been
I said.
listening. Like no. We've been listening for a long time. We see
No,
you
no, no,
for a
no, no,
long
no.
time.
Guess
But you
what? Guess
guys
what you about to do?
keep saying
Guess what you
about
about to do,
Ethiopia
bro?
being
No,
colonized.
he ain't gonna have no conversation. So
You
guess
know,
what you about to do? You're
let me
gonna
tell
listen.
you.
You're
Let me
gonna go
tell
to
you.
the next guest.
No, let me tell you this.
No,
Between
no,
this
no. You
right,
can't tell me
no,
nothing.
no,
I
no.
can't
Let
tell
me
you
tell you.
nothing, so you can't
Are you
tell me nothing.
okay? Let me ask you this. Are you
You can't. People beg after you can't tell them nothing, but they beg you for that, for them to tell you something. That's a waste. That's a waste of our time. No. At least have a conversation.
So, what makes you think Ethiopia was colonized?
Well, how you doing, brother? You all right?
I'm good. I'm good. How about you?
Okay. Okay.
So,
You from Ethiopia?
yeah, I'm Ethiopian.
Oh, are you living in Ethiopia?
Yes, I do.
He said yes.
Okay. Well, what part? You mind sharing? Now you don't have to, but if you
Addis, the capital, Addis Ababa.
okay, all right. So, what's your question?
My question is, what makes you think Ethiopia was colonized? Give me a reason, factual.
Wait. Well, like I say,
I'm not
brother,
here to argue. I'm just here to debate.
when you deal with the word Ethiopia, that come from the colonizers. Right now, Menelik is an Abyssinia. That was in the 1900s. So
Let me ask you this.
Ethiopia was using Abyssinia all the way up until the 1900s. But again, when the Europeans really started influencing Ethiopia and taking control of the government, it changed to Ethiopia.
Do you know that the whole Africa used to be called Ethiopia?
The whole Africa was never called Ethiopia because Africa was named after the chiefs. It was
No,
named
that's
after
not
the
true.
one who owned it.
This is where I don't agree. You can look it up. The whole Africa used to call it Ethiopia, and Ethiopia is a
How?
Greek word.
That's what I'm saying. The ancestors in Ethiopia never used Ethiopia.
Why don't you look it up right now? And
What I'm just
show
saying,
the-
but the ancestors never used Ethiopia.
We know what type of information you're talking about.
If somebody put that in a book, a man put that in a book, but Ethiopia was never called Ethiopia.
I can
Africa was never
sincerely.
called Ethiopia.
Africa was called Ethiopia. I'm not here to argue or anything, but this newspaper was from the West, right?
Yeah, I was
White
from the
man wrote
Washington.
it. YT wrote it, whatever, right? Am I correct?
Correct.
Published by YT companies, newspaper.
Correct. So are you saying that Menelik wasn't on David's throne? Are you saying that Menelik wasn't the king of kings in his time?
I'm biased about that, but what I'm saying is,
No, this
No,
is
no, no.
yes
I
or
can
no.
only talk
Answer
about my
question, then you
history.
see.
A YT cannot tell my history.
Was Menelik on a throne in Ethiopia?
Throne of what?
We asking you.
What was Menelik to Ethiopia, to Abyssinia? What was Menelik to Abyssinia?
He was a ruler.
And a ruler meaning a king, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so he was the king of Ethiopia at his time.
Exactly.
All right, this is what the article is talking about.
So that's what I'm saying. So they're not lying. They actually talking about what
So
history in
this thing-
Ethiopia
so
said. The same.
what's that
the
got to
same
do
thing
with
in this
being
article, the same
colonized,
thing
though?
Ethiopian history.
I'm just trying, see together, like what.
The point of Ethiopia being colonized is the fact that the monarchy is connected to biblical prophecy. But the way Ethiopians think of biblical prophecy, they think of a Christ that came 2,000 years ago, that was given by them by the Roman Catholic Church. This is why Ethiopia has a church it has a college in Rome.
In the Vatican.
In the Vatican See. There's heavily influence because they have stolen and mimicked the monarch that Ethiopia doesn't have today. But the British Empire does. They still have that monarch.
Yeah, because they stole it. So if they stole it, it doesn't mean Ethiopia, whichever you want to call it, Abyssinia. It just the name change, whatever. But it does not change the fact. If I steal something from you, it doesn't mean I colonize you. Is that correct?
If you steal something from me and you're using it for you to have authority, even over your own priests,
They never had a authority.
because you won't. If they have a king and you don't have a king, who's gonna be higher? Who's gonna be in the hierarchy?
Let me ask you, what's the definition of the word colonize or colonization, whatever?
It's when another country comes and changes your way of living.
Did that happen?
It changes your understanding. It changes the way you think. So the way Ethiopians think, you have a color fight over there. You have a light skin, dark skin fight. You got a tribal war. Your government, right now, you don't have a port. Another nation is in control of your port.
Okay.
So when you deal with this, and then see, these are just surface things. Now we go to the inner stuff that most people probably never even thought to think of, or didn't put it together. It's a reason why Haile Selassie went to Great Britain. At the time, Italia and Great Britain is working together. So the Italians left Ethiopia because of Great Britain. See, this is what people don't want to accept when we talk about colonization. The only reason the Italians left Ethiopia is because of Great Britain. That's why when Great Britain came, they had to stay.
Before
They
you go
stayed
far,
in Ethiopia.
I want to respond to a few things. You said that we have we were colonized in what way? Can you repeat it?
The mind, mainly the mind, because most of your leaders are in position because of the Western nations. The man, like most of the people that
The
was
mind.
in office. Most of the people that was in office at Haile Selassie time, all of them came over here to learn. America is not Ethiopia, friend. The United States is not Ethiopia, friend. You're not finna
But
come over
you
here
know,
and learn.
in a political war, in any war, you know that you're a friend for once upon a time, then you're not a friend no more. That's a game. It's a part of game. You know, you gotta know how to play game. You know, there's a times China and Russia reunite, and they also have their own issues. There's a times U.S. and China reunite on certain things, but when that thing is solved, they go at each other. You know, it's a game. It's a political. It does not mean we getting colonized.
But
You
brother,
kind of getting mixed up. You know,
y'all did not
colonizing
win
is a
the war.
physical slavery. That never happened to Ethiopia.
Correct. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying. See, colonization is changing your mind.
Exactly.
Colonization is not physical slavery.
Have you been to Ethiopia? First of all,
No, I never been to Ethiopia.
okay. I live in Ethiopia. I know what's Ethiopia like. It's not what you see on social media. First of all, Ethiopians, they don't even speak English.
Hold on, brother. We talked to a lot of Ethiopians. You're not the first Ethiopian I talked to. I talked to many Ethiopians, brother. So I just don't want you to think
No
you just gonna
disrespect.
share something with me.
No disrespect. But what I'm trying to get to is, you know, Ethiopians, most of them, they don't even speak English. We don't have no Western influence.
Brother, this is what I want you to understand, brother. When the Italians invaded Ethiopia in 1935, he became the emperor for a reason. And you also must understand the Ethiopians did not win the war. They lost the war. That's why Great Britain came. Now, if Great Britain came, you might as well just left the Italy there. You know, so Great Britain came as big cousins and told them to move out the way. You did a great job. You see what I'm saying? So, like, the only reason why Ethiopia say they're not colonized is because they saying they won the war. But they didn't win the war. Because Great Britain stayed there several years. I think like 14 years. You know, I might be over there. I know at least about 7. They stayed 7 years after Italian left.
Did he leave?
You know, yeah, he just, I don't know what happened. He got dropped down. See if I was here if we could come back up.
Oh, okay.
You know, so these are facts.
Sorry, I got booted up. But what's called? So I didn't finish. What I was trying to say was you know, most Ethiopians, they don't even speak English because we don't have no Western influence. That's not flex or anything, but that's part of our culture. Do you understand that?
Brother, do most Ethiopians believe Christ came 2,000 years ago?
Ethiopia is a Western influence.
Huh?
No. Are you?
Brother, hold on. I just want to know. I just want to say this. I'm going to give you the mic. I'm sorry. I have to say this. Why is there a white Jesus in Ethiopia?
No, if you go to actually the northern
No. brother, we talked. They got white Jesus. They got white Jesus in Ethiopian churches in America. Every Ethiopian church you go to in America, I went to many of them. They got a white Jesus. I just want to know why. Why is there even a white Jesus if it's no European influence in Ethiopia?
I tell you about it. I've seen that. You're not wrong.
I know you seen it.
No, you're not wrong. Africa, the whole of Africa is free market, you know? If I want to push certain agenda, I can sell a gun. Don't matter. I can sell anything I want, you know? So, it all comes down to money. If you go to certain areas, like certain churches, you can find a black Jesus. But it's all
we can find a black Jesus in America. But you know what you would say about Americans? We colonized. But we can find a black Jesus in America. So, but what we saying, you do have Western influence. If you have a white Jesus, that means you have Western influence, because even if I bought a white Jesus, I ain't gonna put it on my wall. I'm from Ethiopia. I know Christ black. That's what all Ethiopians should be saying if it wasn't no influence. Now,
but you kind of manipulating the word though. You're not stating you kind of manipulating the word. You're not stating like that's like mental colonization or manipulation. What are you guys talking about? Manipulation.
My question to you is, what is colonization then? What's your definition of colonization?
Slavery. You think it's slavery?
Slavery, which is a physical part of it.
So did slavery happen in Ethiopia?
No.
It never happened in Ethiopia.
It never happened.
What?
So people were not taken from Ethiopia.
No.
So you never heard of the Somalians were never slaves?
Somalians and Ethiopians are different.
The people from Eritrea was never slaves? They weren't taken over by other nations?
No, they were ruled by Italians for a bit. That's
and then what happened to the people? What happened to the people? Do you know what happened to the people that were taken over?
Somalia and Eritrea, their own country. We particularly speaking about Ethiopia, right?
That's why you don't understand what colonization is. Colonization is dividing the land, taking over land. These colonizers came over to East Africa and taken over land, took in pieces of the land. Menelik sold piece of the land.
You got British Africa. You got British East Africa. You got Germany East Africa. You can look these things up.
No. What you guys are saying right, but you guys not talking about in the right content. That's what I'm saying.
So you're saying that he didn't sell the land. That also had people.
Of course, he did. He did. For example, Djibouti was.
So what happened to the people in that land?
Let me tell you this: Djibouti was under Ethiopia before we had a border, right? Djibouti was part of Ethiopia, but we have to give that land to not lose what we had. You know, it's a part of a game. You lose one, you win some. You know,
it's part of a game. So the game didn't just stop at slavery, because slavery did happen in Ethiopia. There's multiple Ethiopian articles about it, and you can look it up yourself. You can do the research.
What you guys are trying to. One thing I would say is like there's a manipulation, there's a Western influence when it comes to corruption. That's where I can agree upon with you guys, but I cannot really agree on the slavery that happened, physical slavery.
Okay, so would you
Selassie abolished slavery in 1950?
Yeah, Haile Selassie abolished slavery. Why would he have to abolish slavery if there was no slavery in Ethiopia?
No, he never abolished it. We defeated the Italians, and we came to agreement where we're gonna cease fire, and you know.
So you're saying Haile Selassie did not abolish slavery?
No.
Okay,
It was
well,
agreement. It was a consensual.
No, it's not.
brother, for one thing, you didn't defeat the Italians. Let's talk about that.
Okay,
Because
that's how
Great
you.
Britain came in, brother.
Give me a
Great,
factual.
brother. Okay, hold up. Do you have that? Let me pull this up for you. Do you have that picture where I told you about when Great Britain stayed? Well, I told you how that they stayed after Ethiopia. You screenshot up yesterday.
Like one of these.
Hold up, give me 1 second. Bro.
Oh, the
Yeah, that's not that long. Yeah. No, that's not it. I'm trying to find something, brother. Damn.
So you believe what's on Google, right? I can pay a Google right now and make myself a fucking multi-billionaire. Does that makes a difference?
Brother, this is history, brother. I'm not. What I'm finna show you, you can go look up in history. You know. So it's not about me trying to find some new information.
No.
This ain't new information.
At the end of the day, I want you to bring every evidence you have. You know, and the evidence depends on the real time, and I want it documented, substantial information. I don't want like nothing from raggedy ass website. You know.
Well, brother, actually we got that, brother. We got all the information, man. Like, you know.
Actually, could you bring up about the dam? You guys were talking about the dam, right?
Yeah. What about it?
So you guys say that Ethiopia did not finance it. There's a difference between building it and financing it.
The video did not. I never said Ethiopia did not finance it.
They had help, brother.
You never said that. Y'all want to hear what y'all want to hear.
Okay.
I'm saying that it's not fully independent on Ethiopians. That's what I'm saying.
That's true. I agree with that. I have nothing wrong.
That's all I said in the video, but I get so much hate because y'all want to make it seem that the dam was all about only Ethiopian independence from not using another nation when they used another nation to create the dam.
They used the borrow money from China, somewhat, yeah.
Yeah, but why would Ethiopians choose a contracting company from Italy?
That's a good question because maybe we don't have the expertise to build a dam.
I get that.
So that's nothing wrong. It's a business, you know. It could be a bad business. It could be good business, right?
Brother, man, you gotta understand, brother. Your enemies, the people who took from you, the people who stole from you, the people who did these things to you, they are not your friends. And if you're gonna do business with the enemy, then you're gonna lose with the enemy. And that's what's been going on for years when it comes to Ethiopia.
But
Great Britain is not Ethiopia's friend. Italian is not Ethiopia's friend. You know, and what they have been doing is using Ethiopia, and just as other nations, they have been using Africa because really Africa is not smart. Like this, just and it all is all a curse. Is all dealing with Bible prophecy. So it's not to look at it no emotional way. It's not to make you hate another race.
no, that's not emotional. But we just debate. At the end of the day, we debating, But what makes you think like? I want to ask you guys. Stop calling me. Sorry.
Huh?
Yeah, I keep getting called, but I want to ask you guys a rare question, right? What makes black people reunited?
That's a
The
good question.
truth.
Why don't you guys talk about
You
that?
say you say
What makes us reunited?
you say
Black people.
like what's going to make us reunite?
Yeah, like yeah.
Oh,
Or I think that's what he said.
like I
Yeah,
said,
I
the
just
truth,
lost it
man.
first.
Yeah, so yeah, it's
Like,
gonna simply be a truth. It's gonna be the truth that's gonna unite us because right now we are searching for identity and we are searching for freedom. We are searching for peace. And right now, you see how me and you can communicate. 20 years ago, I couldn't do this. So it's a reason why we can't communicate right now. Because something is in the airways. You got information that's in the world right now that's gonna wake up the right people to restore us. You know, that's and see that's simply Bible prophecy. It's just that simple. But many people don't know the throne gonna be reestablished back in Ethiopia. This is why we talk about Ethiopia so much. We don't talk about Ethiopia to bash Ethiopia or to make Ethiopia, we just here to bring awareness to where the throne of God is finna be reestablished at. So this is why you see us talking about Ethiopia and these issues. And see, once Ethiopians find out that the throne is gonna be established, then they'll understand why. Then they understand how the European nations been controlling a lot of economic things. Just like your port, the Italians control what come in and what go out of Ethiopia. You see what I'm saying? So that's right there. That's if you don't have control of what come in your own country, you don't have control of it, brother.
yeah, you're right. Uh, just one moment. Sorry.
So yeah, so like I say, y'all, that's what people really don't understand. The throne is finna be reestablished in Ethiopia. So when you see us talking about Ethiopia, at the end of the day, that's what we bringing awareness to.
Do you believe black people live in the past though?
Do I believe black people live in the past?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because we have been taught to play victim. You see what I'm saying? So that it causes us, it's like somebody that's playing victim always talking about what happened. They're not talking about what they're doing. They're not talking about what they about to do because they playing victim. So because we have been lied to, we play the victim, so we live in the past. Oh man, slavery. Oh yeah, man. So yeah, we would definitely live in the past. But like I said, the truth gonna make us stop doing that. Because right now we have a beautiful future. Our future look beautiful right now. But most of us can't see it because they've been lied to.
Facts. I agree with most of the stuff you guys say. It just sometimes I don't agree, like the counter attack to certain. The truth sometimes it could be a true, but sometimes you can't be stating that it's 100% truth. On certain things. Most people like perceive it in a different way because they don't understand the situation.
Well, yeah, and that's why our panel is open to have conversations just like me and you having. Where we can have a iron sharpens iron. This is how we get understanding. This is the only way to get understanding. Conversation rules the nation. You see what I'm saying? So that's why we do these panels, because sometimes if you don't put topics like this, people will never come up and talk to you. But sometimes you got to pull somebody coattails. Sometimes you got to poke them on the chest to make them get up.
Straight up. Are you like? Of course, you're African American, huh?
Yeah.
What do you think African Americans don't move back to Africa?
Say it
They don't
again.
have to live there. Why you don't think African Americans they don't want to move to Africa and maybe for a business, you know, venture?
Because we know we've been colonized too. We was told Africa is nothing but dirt roads and woods. We call them African booty scratchers. So just is what happened in Ethiopia. They always divide us. So they divided African and African American. They divided the slaves they brought over here from Africa. They made us change our name so we can't trace our roots. You see what I'm saying? All this stuff was done for a reason to make it. So we have been systematically taught not to move back to Africa. So we have to break chains as well. You know, even the African American got to break the chains of understanding where you truly need to go back to. You know, because in the 1900s, all movements was to go back to Ethiopia. Marcus Garvey had millions of people. He had boats. He was buying boats to take millions of African Americans to Ethiopia to await the Black King. You see what I'm saying? So this is stuff we don't know about. Even African Americans don't know. A lot of African Americans don't know about this. You know, so that's the real reason why, you know, we don't look back to go to Africa. We have been taught not to look to Africa. Shit, we'll go to England.
Who do we hold accountable? Like me and you can discuss all this stuff, agree on it, right? The real question is, it comes down to who do you hold accountable? You gotta create some type of system, right? Who's going to create that?
Oh yeah, that's what we doing.
Let me ask you this. You know, you trying to do some shit in Africa right now?
Yes.
CIA will be on your doorstep. You know? That's how they took out Gaddafi.
Well,
I tell you that. And
that's why you got to have divine wisdom, because see, the divine wisdom is like a virus. If you touch it, it's going to spread so fast to where you're not going to be able to stop the infection. So all this hit me out, because this you got to understand that's why I say what's being done is being done by God. For first and foremost, I want to let you know that, like, the children of Israel couldn't get out of Egypt unless what? God brought his divine wisdom, because Moses was just a man. You see what I'm saying? So, but the children of Israel couldn't get out of Egypt, because what they say, Pharaoh gonna get you. But whoever got the power of God will be able to make the moves to set the people free. So when it comes to the truth, nobody want to touch it, because like I told you, it's like a virus. It's going to spread faster. So you know what you got to do with the truth? Let it rise. That's why it's called the conquering lion. You know, someone going to come conquer. And again, you can't touch it, because if you touch it, it's going to spread like a virus and everybody going to be affected with the truth. You know, but you definitely right. If you just doing something, you know, without the instruments of God, the FBI, CIA, everybody will be, you know, they coming after you.
Facts. To be honest with you, bro, on most of the stuff I agree with you guys. You know, when especially like when we talking about like black people coming together and discussing about our issues, I feel like for evil, you cannot come with a Bible with the, like, nicer things to them. Evils for evils, you know. Why do you think like all these whiteys, Asians, East Indians, whatever, all of them got a nuclear weapon? Why do you think no African nation don't have, no black nation, just in general, they don't have a nuclear weapon?
Because we're not unified.
If you start thinking like that, yeah, we're not unified, and they know if we have that shit, we're gonna be on top.
Like I said, it ain't really about a nuclear weapon at the end of the day. It's really about unity, because the nuclear weapon, they not gonna set them nuclear weapons off. You know why? Because they don't want to lead this world. You see what I'm saying? Like these people don't want to leave this world. So at the same time, they not gonna set them nuclear weapons off. You know, it's not gonna benefit them. You know, but like I say, bro, it's really about establishing our government, man. That's what at the end of the day, that's what it's really about. Us establishing the government. Nations are running us.
I,
You know,
I tell you, like, most African governments are a puppet for the West because of corruption and money, you know?
oh yeah.
I will expose all African governments here. I'm not afraid. But, you know, as a black people, we gotta come together. I've been hearing that for years, centuries. But who's gonna do it? Where are we gonna start? How are we gonna do it? You know?
YahJujudah.com. Hey, that's where all the answers at.
Yeah, go check out our website. We have a petition, a
Check it out.
declaration, a royal notice. Everything's on there.
See, when you disagree with them, they say you're not Ethiopian. I'm Ethiopian. I can speak Oromo, Amharic. Come at me, you know? But peace and love. I respect what you guys do. Keep going.
All right, salute to you, brother. Appreciate you coming up, man.
Yeah. Stay
Anytime.
blessed.
Brother.
Thank you.
Peace,
All right,
peace.
for sure.
That's how men disagree. That's how real men disagree. And don't forget, y'all, check out the website. This is gonna be our last guest right here, though, man. We probably gonna shut it down after this, y'all. Unless
I'm not she had a question.
We got 2 panels going on, y'all. So I'll go to my panel next.
Peace.
Okay, guys, how are you doing? Good?
I'm good, brother. Peace.
Peace. I want to ask you like a few questions, alright, guys? You guys just for attention, or why you like almost 1 year, guys? I used to come here and talk almost like more than 1 year now. Just always talking about Ethiopia, alright? Why?
Because Bible prophecy is connected to Ethiopia and it's gonna affect the world.
So by yapping here, you can change. You say like I want to create awareness. How are you gonna create? You have awareness more than real Ethiopians. So like we are real Ethiopians. So we are Ethiopian. You can have awareness. Anything you can do. You can tell us what we do with our country, right?
Well, brother, right now I have a petition to return the treasures that was taken in Magdala. Do you know
You are
about
dreaming,
that?
right? That's you dreaming.
Do you know about that?
No, that's okay. You wanted. You are dreaming, right? To be like that.
I'm just saying. But that's awareness, right?
No, that's it. You dreaming. Don't like whatever you dream. You have whatever you wishing. Okay, leave Ethiopia alone. Okay, don't leave the
All right,
country.
brother. Thank you for coming up, man.
Yeah. Another thing as well. I want to ask you.
He gonna come over and tell me about his emotions.
Are you dreaming?
What's going on? Peace.
How are you?
I'm good.
Peace.
I have a question because I hear from you guys over there in America that the British actually not more than 600 years in charge, but that we're actually African. Is that right?
Say it again.
The Black Americans say that the British monarchy is ruled by Africans.
The British
before the white people took over.
I would say it was influence. I wouldn't say it was rule. I wouldn't say that, but I don't. I can't.
So we get a little bit confused. You understand? Because they saying like the white people only 600 years in charge. They're not longer in charge, and we all get enslaved to America. And I just always wondered, like, if these people came in our country, or our king spoke with the British, I always wonder which British they spoke before. You understand what I'm trying to say to you?
Well, yeah. That's why I say you can't look. People confuse stuff because they don't really know history. So
Are they saying like it was a black?
yeah, they're trying to say it was a black person, But nah, the British were Europeans. That's why in this article it says Menelik and the European nations are going to scramble for his riches. So you had places like Ethiopia in the 1900s that still had a lot of their history and had a lot of their original land that the white man haven't touched yet. Now the white man had stepped foot in there. He had moved around. He had created some chiefs and all that, but at the same time, he didn't have control of that yet. That's why the world wars happened in the 1900s. That's when Europeans started really gaining a lot of control when it came with the war after the World War.
And our kings and emperor were involved with that. They make agreements.
They did.
Yeah.
And that's part of Bible prophecy. Our ancestors disobeyed God.
Yeah.
So they did a lot of things that wasn't of God, but it's about restoring the throne in righteousness.
You know what I discovered, that the Derg regime actually destroyed 30 or 40,000 years of history of the Africans, but supported by the Europeans, and the Ethiopians get used to fight their own brothers. That is really worse. Yes, till the day they do. Till the day, it's really worse in our country. It's like the tribalism. It's like it becomes maybe hopefully not second Sudan. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. That's the same thing happened in America.
What you telling about the link between the throne of David? That is true, because they destroyed literally, the European really destroyed literally the ancient link with Kush. Yeah, the ancient civilization from Kush. That's I teach this all to my people on my page. I'm just a small person, you understand? But I get where you want to go. I understand it. You understand? I really understand it. But the first war with the Italians, it was actually at the border by Eritrea, what I understand, yes? And there was the leader was a Tigrayan leader, a prince, yes? And they lost the first war with the Italians, so the Italians could settle in Eritrea. You understand? So that part they lost already. So the second war was with Emperor Menelik II at Adwa, but they won that war in Adwa. But later, with the Emperor Haile Selassie, he flew away. You understand? And then the British came. That's what you want to say to us, right?
Yeah.
Yes, and then at that time, there was too much regimes going on. It was horrible time. Like how many, like my family is get destroyed. All the Ethiopians living abroad, they live abroad for a reason. You understand? Because of what? If it was a good country at that time, we would be there in our country. They were all regimes, all led by Europeans, and we Ethiopians, our brothers, need to fight each other. And this is, I don't think that our brothers, they don't want to acknowledge it, because it's mostly by proud. Also a lot of discrimination, racism in the system. You understand? If they need to understand it from others, you understand what I'm saying? Like if you don't, the Ethiopian proud, you understand? Like that is not something like you can go through. Only you can come with facts and with, what you need to give them seriously the history back. And that is what you guys doing is very great. And I'm so happy you're telling the people it, because we need to tell this. They will understand the history. You understand? Because Ethiopia have a very great history. The ancestors and and they say that the Ethiopians, but they don't know who are the Ethiopians. First of all, you understand? Because my ancestors are the ancient Aksamites. First of all, yes, and the ancient Aksumite, we are the descendants of it. The ancient Aksumite were actually very Moorish people. Yes, but they think like, yeah, you talk with an Ethiopian. No, but that's not the Ethiopia.
Yeah, that's what we try to say. Ethiopia is a colonized name.
Yeah.
You know,
Now,
yeah, it's not
actually, like, look, Ethiopia, this is not even the case. I'm gonna explain what I get teach was Ethiopian. Ethiopiano people are the first people who live in upper and lower Ethiopia. Is the old map of Africa, but it's actually lower Egypt and upper Egypt. Those people are live in sub-Sahara, these people, yes? Those are called the Ethiopians. The Ethiopiano people are the first people who are the co-founders of ancient Kush and the first inhabitants of Kemet, Egypt, yes? These are our ancestors, yes? But before we ever enter, migrated, you understand, throughout royal lineage, whatever the case, all need to be, you understand? There were other kind of Ethiopians. These our ancestors. But because of a lot of things happened in our country because of Christianity, but also the Orthodox Christianity. It's like, it's very intertwined with the Judaism, first of all, and paganism, yes, first of all. It came from Egypt, yes, if you really understand it. So they embraced before an ancient Kemetic religion, first of all. These Ethiopians who live in Ethiopia, yes. But they are also colonized in another way with the religion. I don't know how, but they have everything indeed, and the church is white. Meanwhile, they were dark-skinned people. You understand? And I don't get it. Why?
Yeah, that part there is, and that's why I say that's why we put this article out. That's why, you know, like articles like this make me excited, because this is a European connecting a black man to the tribe of Judah from where they say King Solomon come from, and the world just sleep to it. The world is actually sleep.
I know about my foremother is like what I get teached is like, first of all the nations of Africa, yes, all this ancient civilization from Africa, they come from Kush. Nimrod, and then he had the daughter Sheba the first. All these nations are from, yes. But me personally, I come from Makeda descendants, the Sabians. You understand? Okay. And she had 13 children, 13 kinderen. You understand? Okay. And see, these children, grandchildren, all have kingdoms in Abyssinia. Yes, and those are the descendants living now in Ethiopia. Yes, like they call the Tigrayan people, the Amhara people. Okay. Yes, the modern Ethiopians. You understand?
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Well, yeah, we definitely appreciate that, sis.
I think you should definitely check out the website too. Like, see the movement behind why we are doing these lives, you know.
And we definitely need more Ethiopians to really to get this job done, because at the end of the day, it's for unity and it's for healing our people, because the same unaliving they doing in Ethiopia, we doing over here in America. We doing the same genocide. We unaliving one another. We hating on one another. You know, you trying to hurt one another. We trying to take from one another. But all that is the colonized mind frame, and this is why we have this tied up to fix the problem. Because if the problem is never, like I was telling the brother today, if you got a car and it's broke, and if you don't know the problem, you can't never fix it. So we have to address the problem, but we have to identify the problem. And like you said, a lot of people don't want to identify the true problem, because most people don't have the willpower, the strength to fix it. But once we come together under the right direction, we can fix all problems, because that's that gift we've been given, you know. So definitely, sis, check out the website. Like I say, we definitely need more Ethiopians, and that's what we come on here for.
First of all,
so this message can be spread.
I do not get this. Like, what do you want to restore, actually?
Well, it's not what I want to restore. It's actually Bible prophecy. So the throne of David, which is the same throne that Menelik sat on, is going to be restored in Ethiopia. And see, this is the whole Bible prophecy that the Europeans have hidden from the world. You know, this is what's truly being hidden.
The real descendant is our Emperor Theodorus.
What you gotta understand? Just like
it's really linked between Queen Makeda. Yes.
But you gotta look at it this way. Just like Tedros' son was taken, other people was taken from Ethiopia. Yes, especially in the early 1800s. Like the early 1800s, man, they took a lot of people. You know, and like they took a lot of people. Like tribes that started coming up missing. Certain tribes that started coming up missing all over East Africa. You know, and this is what we don't know about. And that's why they lied to us and say slavery started in the 1600s. When you deal with...
We had first 99 tribes, yes, and we had in East Africa 1,500 years at least slavery. That is true.
Well, yeah,
we had first 99 tribes. We have now 84 tribes. That's true. And if I see the ancient painting from this emperor's son, her monarchy, there were a lot of Sudanese looking maids and people who were in the power there, you understand? Yes, a lot of have been wiped out.
Yeah, man, that's why I say so we coming to restore. We are coming to restore what was lost according to Bible prophecy. You see what I'm saying? Like so when you deal with the world right now, the Europeans know this. You know, England, all these people, the Pope, all these people know this. That's why this newspaper proves they know this. They call Menelik from the tribe of Judah. Like this is a newspaper that come from the Washington Times in America, writing about Menelik as, you know, the conquering lion of the tribe of Judah. Like all the people in high position, they know this. Guess what? The people don't know. We don't know this. But once we find this out, now we have a purpose. And we don't have just a purpose. We have a purpose that's connected to God. That's a whole different purpose. Especially when you have, like I say, the world awakened to this. Like the Chinese, the Mexican, the white folks, everybody believe in the Jesus that the Europeans have set up for the world to believe. You know, but they have got rid of the throne of David that so-called Jesus gonna sit on according to the Bible. So, but this kind of information just have to be brought out. And it haven't been brought out. It's been buried, it's been hidden. Now it's coming out. And this was gonna unify us, and this was gonna give us purpose, and this was gonna align us with God.
Yeah, I understand you, but also what there are a lot of stories also not totally clear for me. You understand? Like, for example, the Vatican seriously have really paintings from Jesus hanging on the wall. You understand? Mm-hmm. Like Jesus. And there are a lot of things change where the lineage are from. You understand? Like, for example, like Jesus is not the name of Jesus. What is the name of Jesus actually? Can I ask you how do you call Jesus?
Well, really, like we don't believe in the Jesus. Like the whole story was an end time prophecy. So they got a scripture in Revelation where he say he comes in a name that nobody knows but he himself. So actually nobody knows because it's gonna be a son of man. You see what I'm saying? Like when you deal with ancient Christianity in Ethiopia, that's why when they got crowned, they got a new name. For instance, Tedros' name was Casa. But once he got the crown, he became Tedros. So the name nobody knows because nobody knows who God gonna choose. But the Europeans gave us an image and a name, and now we worship it. So no, I was just saying that because that's what the world understands it is, and that's what the world accepted. But Jesus will be a son of man who God chooses.
In Jesus, his name is Gezes. Is ancient Ethiopian Gezes. Yes, and we discover that the family of Mary and Gezes, were the lineage of Pharaoh Akhenaten. That is what we discover. Yes.
Well,
And Gerses was born at the highlands of Ethiopia, and they went to Egypt. This church, the Asut church, is really built by the family of Gerses. If you
Well-
want to believe it or not, he really exists. You understand?
well, the thing about, like I said, you know, that could be some Ethiopian history,
And
but
be
the
killed by
Jesus,
the Roman.
I know, but according to the scriptures, David descendant was gonna come from the captivity of the people. You know,
And
so so when you deal with the prophecy, you know, the
I
prophecy.
understand if you deal with the prophecy, but there are
No,
things have changed in the
So
scripts.
I'm talking about the prophecy of what Christ gonna actually do. See, we can talk about anybody in the past, but we gotta talk about the future because we gotta do something right now. That's why.
Yes,
but-
I understand. But
That's
a
what I'm
lot of
saying.
things-
So when you understand we gotta do something right now, then we have to find who God have chosen in our times, and that's what the scripture about. Because this is the one that's gonna gather us. This is the one that's gonna restore the throne. No, nobody in history is gonna restore the throne. Somebody in today's time gonna restore the throne. And if it don't happen in daytime, somebody in the future gonna do it. So we have to focus on our time. And that's why we are revealing, the throne being restored in our time.
I understand where you're going. I understand it. You understand? But a lot of things are, I don't know what to say. It's like if you take a throne, if you're an emperor, yes, you take a throne by someone else, right? You don't need to be real the lineage of the lineage. You understand what I'm trying to say? That happened all the time. Someone else came from other nation to rule Ethiopia, literally. Like the ancient Aksumite they came from south of Egypt. But in the past, yes, our empire, Ethiopian empire, not with this narrative modern, yes, started in Egypt, Memphis, with the pharaoh Memnon. Yes, this is how real the Ethiopian empire started in Egypt. So all these things already have changed because the throne of David, this man David, is also changed by script. It's seriously changed. Everything has changed.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. That was prophesied that the throne of David was gonna be destroyed until
Okay.
God intervened and restored it. That's why Christ is considered a carpenter.
And Christ would be coming from Babylon. He's not going to be coming from Ethiopia. That's why a lot of Ethiopians don't even agree with the monarchy. They don't even want the monarchy because of the so many bad things that have happened throughout it. But Christ in the last day will be restoring a throne that people don't want.
But I also learned that Christ is actually your mind. Like I don't know how to English. I cannot speak English good. Your conscience. You understand? That's what called Christ. You
Well, no.
understand?
Well, that's why I say Christ is a King of Kings. Like Menelik was considered Christ.
But
Now-
Christ
now-
never have been crowned.
No. That's what I'm saying. Christ is a living vessel. Christ is not a spirit. God is spirit. God is your consciousness. That's why you got to be born again to receive the new consciousness of God. You can't keep the same understanding and have God consciousness. Your mind that's why the Bible says your mind got to be renewed to enter heaven. So God is consciousness, but God is the higher consciousness you tap into after you born again. But Christ is a son of man, a living vessel. Christ is a anointed vessel. Christ ain't no thought or spirit.
Christ is
is a
position.
It's a position. Christ is a position. That's why Christ would be considered an emperor. Emperor is another word for Christ. Yeah.
No, it's very good that you're doing that because you all deserve it. We all deserve a rightful, better future for everybody.
Well, Like I said, I definitely appreciate you coming up talking to us. I definitely hope you check out the petition, and the platform is always open. But we was closing.
Yeah, I always check your videos. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Peace.
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 How you disconnect? Oh, it's different now. Well, brothers and sisters, I think that's gonna conclude the night. You know, I'm glad we definitely got some Ethiopians up here to really clarify and really, you know, show both sides. You see the ones that disagree and say they never colonized, but you see Ethiopians that come up here and clarify, you know, that they're colonized. Look at what's going on. You know, you can't sit back and say your country is not colonized, but you're going through so much right now. And it's almost like the Jesus syndrome. Shit, it's the Jesus syndrome. You know, it's like, you know, like it's just, and that goes to show you our minds, and it's crazy. The same thing going on in Ethiopia, going on in America. That's how I know Ethiopia colonized. You want to know how I know Ethiopia colonized? The same way you attacking your brother in Ethiopia. It's the same way they're attacking out each other over here. The same exact way. You know, so like I say, y'all, you know, this title is just for to bring healing, and it's for identify the problem that we have the tools to fix. We're not trying to bring up this problem to put hate, to push down on no country or none of that. We up here to uplift. We have a petition for Ethiopia. We have been doing many things for Ethiopia. We bring out information about Ethiopia. All this stuff is to help restore Africa. You know, so Ethiopia is where the African Union is at. So somebody be like, well, why are you picking on Ethiopia? Where's the African Union? It's in Ethiopia. It's in Ethiopia for a reason. You know, they put it there in Ethiopia for a reason. Because some in Ethiopia, you know, they ain't put, why they put the African Union nowhere else? Why is it in Ethiopia? Out of all the places it popped up in Ethiopia. You know, the throne is in Ethiopia. You know, the throne that's going to unify Africa is in Ethiopia. And see, these things, y'all, are just hard to hear because of what? The colonized information. It's so hard for us to hear this, and they put it in the paper. Your colonizers put it in a newspaper. That's what I'm blown by. I'm blown by this. A newspaper? Oh man, you put this in a newspaper? And I go show my brothers this, they gonna still be like, nah, man, you know, man, you gotta look at Israel. You gotta look at Israel, man, because Israel, man. Come on, man, bro. So y'all, you know, we out for the night, man. Peace and blessings. As always, we hope to fall that circumcise y'all hearts and ears for the message. You got anything for them?
Peace, y'all.
Peace.
Check out the website. Peace.